Hi everyone, it's Robin. I have a little Christmas card that I just made. It's actually not a Christmas card. This one is actually a get well card. But since it's so close to Christmas, I thought this would be really cute. I haven't done anything on the inside, but this is the shape of it. So basically what I did, I took the Hello Kitty Greetings Cricut cartridge that I had purchased from Terry, who's Terry Berry here on YouTube, and I love this cartridge, but mercy, it's piecey, tiny little things to put together. So I will share with you a couple of tips that I have found that have been helpful for me, trial and error tips. So this is the card that I'm using, the card feature here, and then all of the layers. Mary, Card Crazy 09, shared a tip on with this cartridge, really you need to use the silhouette feature. So I cut that out, and I find that with my Cricut it cuts out best with textured cardstock. It just gives a cleaner look, cleaner edges rather. So I cut her at 5.5 inches. So the card itself is 5.5 inches by about 3.5 inches. So let me go ahead and show you the card. And this was my first one, so I did make some improvements for the second one that I need, and I'll share those with you in just a minute. I've used real red cardstock and some white textured cardstock, caramel colored cardstock, and then just some Christmas stickles here, that is, or candy cane stickles rather, and then some of the liquid applique that you heat with your heat tool, or you can let it air dry. It works either way, but because I want to get this done kind of quickly, I went ahead and, although I'm waiting for the stickles, I went ahead and heat set the liquid applique, and then also I added some Dazzling Diamonds to the fur on her hat. So let me go ahead and make a card with you so that you can kind of see how this comes together. She's just adorable. Okay, so she's going to look a little creepy. Just be patient with her, and I'll explain to you why she looks so creepy. Ready? Cover your eyes, young ones. Hello Kitty never looked this bad. Okay, so yes, it does look extremely scary, but with this cartridge I found here, I'll do this so that you don't have to stare at it yet without knowing why she looks bad. With this cartridge, I found that even though I am cutting everything all the same on the same mat, it's still, size-wise, the mat pieces never really fit into these, sorry for my phone, never really fit into the silhouette pieces perfectly. So that is why poor Hello Kitty had some prep work done on her. This is her, I don't want to say pre-op, but her pre-assembly look. And what I have done is I've taken some marker, and within the lines of the silhouette I just colored in the edges that I knew would be I guess showing still white through. So I did that with real red because I was using real red cardstock, and then the black, poor Hello Kitty has terrible looking eyes, but it's helpful. And then also the caramel I did here, and then also on the little antlers. So let's go ahead and get started assembling this, and it's going to take a little bit because it's a lot of pieces. Like I said, it's just, this is the one drawback with this cartridge that I've found that I don't love. Okay, let's start with the feet. What I'm going to do is just use my squeeze and roll 2-way glue pen and get this ready here. Let's see. Okay, so I'm doing everything upside down, so I got to remember things that I have off to the side here are upside down. Okay, so I'm just going to squeeze some glue in here, and also I did lose one of the hand pieces, but I'm okay with that. I was cleaning up my desk, clearing it off, getting ready for the video, and it must have got stuck in some of the scraps. So, not that you'll be able to tell because it is a white part anyway, but I'm not forgetting it. I know it's missing as we get the card assembly going here. Again, I'm sorry, it's upside, or I'm fumbling around. It's just being upside down. I need to work a little differently. Okay, and then working on her little jacket. I'm going to go ahead and just put it around the edges. and right here in the center. I almost put that right on the glue. Did you see that? That would have been really not a good idea. All right. See what I mean about the red? It would have, you would see white, and you can still see a tiny little bit of white, but it's not as noticeable. And then, let me see. Let me do the one hand, and I think that's this one. Yep. So it's just such a cute little cartridge, but I wish that, I mean, I know it's one of the older ones, so there were some more things that they've improved over time, and that's one of them, because I haven't seen this with any of my other cartridges. And now I'm gonna do the little buckles. I'm going to go ahead and put it on this piece though. That was another thing too. I can't remember what it was. If I think of it, I'll mention it. But otherwise, it's just such a cute cartridge. So I'm doing this not because I got my other La La Land craft cards done, but just because I needed a little break from it. And then we're going to the hospital to visit my daughter's friend, and I wanted to take this card to her as like a get well. So I could have colored in there black, and I thought about it, I had just forgotten to do it. So that would be a good idea too. You notice I slyly flipped this around my way. I hope it's not too inconvenient to watch me doing this upside down, but I think it'll go together quicker if I just do it like this. Not that I mind it taking longer. It gives me a chance to one-sided visit with you guys. But, yeah, it just keeps things moving a little faster, I should say. Alrighty, now I'm going to do these little red sleeves. Wait, I should have moved my phone because it's being really loud, isn't it? Alright, see this piece, I don't know what they were thinking with this one, because this one's not even close to fitting. But, you know, if you don't have markers or something, and you do have this cartridge, and you notice that it's kind of a pain in the neck, you can always, if you have stickles, just go over everything with stickles, and then you won't really be able to tell anyway, which is what I did with the bow on the other one, because that one was kind of a botch job. I didn't really like that one at all. Alright, now I'm going to do the little collar pieces, and I don't even need to do this because it's all going to be covered with the liquid applique, but just so it's all the same height, not that it matters because of the puffiness, but it cut them, so I'm going to go ahead and use them. But if you didn't want to use the liquid applique, this piece actually fits in not too bad, or the other one, not this one, but that one actually seems to fit, but it's just so many gaps. I don't know. Can you see that? Let me cover the face. Can you see that? How, you know, it's just a line around there, and I don't have a vanilla marker, so I couldn't color that in anyway, but I don't know why they did that. Okay, and then, okay, here's the other thing I remember now. For this, I did not see a nose. Let me go ahead and get the book here. The nose piece on here cuts out yellow. Oops, I'm not even showing you. The nose there cuts out yellow, but yet in the yellow pieces, there is no nose. It's just the hat piece, the collar, and the buttons. So I think they forgot the nose. So what I did on this one was I just used my caramel marker and cut the nose piece, or colored in the nose piece with that cut out from the white part. So let me go ahead and do that, and I'm going to do that on a scrap piece of paper. Okay, and I'm using the puffy end. But I know that, you know, like I said, it's an older cartridge, and you can't expect things to be perfect. And I don't. but it makes creating a little bit slower because you have to do extra steps, which when you're busy isn't always fun. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and use my tape runner for the bigger parts of this and then fill in the detail with my glue pen. It's such a cute card. It does, I mean, it does take a little bit longer than like a Create a Critter card would, but it's so stinking cute. It's worth it. I would definitely not mass produce this card though. I would pull my hair out completely. This one actually fits okay too. And I could leave the nose like that because I've already colored it in, but just for dimension purposes, I'm going to go ahead and add it. And it fits perfectly because it was cut from this, as long as I get it in the same direction. Cute as can be. Cute, cute, cute. All right, and I didn't do the eyes. I'm just going to leave those as is, but I'm going to go ahead and do this part now. I grabbed the liquid applique pen like I was going to use that to add the glue. Okay. So I still have quite a bit of Christmas shopping to do, and today begins the official 12 days until Christmas. So I know a lot of times we start it for crafting earlier so that people have time, if they want to make what you share, they have time to do that before, you know, the day before Christmas. They're still creating Christmas Eve because you posted a video, and they just have to make this project because they know somebody would love it. So, you know, I understand why they do that early, but so today is officially 12 days until Christmas, and I am, oh, well, I guess it's going in that way. I still have a little bit to go, both with handmade things and with, let me see, I'm doing this upside down again, and with gifts that I'm purchasing. I did do some online ordering, probably more than I have any other year, just because locally here to me, I wasn't happy with anything that I could find in the stores. We don't live in that big of a town. It's about 20,000 people, so kind of small when you're thinking of a city, and it has 2 colleges in it, so you'd think it would have better options, but like we don't have electronic stores except for like Radio Shack, and so I have 2 guys in my life that are both really electronic gurus. My son and my husband. My son had bought himself, with his graduation money that he got, he bought himself an iPad 2. Not this past May, but you know, the year before. He's a sophomore in college, and he decided that when the iPad mini came out, he had to have it because he's just like a total Mac nut. My husband got him started on that. So he was looking to sell his iPad 2, and my daughter had bought, she saved for 2 years. When the iPad, you know, the first iPad came out, she started saving, and then about the time that she had enough money, the iPad 2 came out. So she went ahead and she worked and worked, and she ended up buying herself an iPad 2. So she has an iPad 2, my son has an iPad 2, and our youngest, who's 14, this is pitiful. I mean, this just tells you the generation we live in. But my 14-year-old, she has an iPod, but, you know, it's one of the, I don't know, I think we got it for her in 2008. And so that's what she has. So she's always on my husband's iPad 2. Go figure. Which, I don't know, you guys. I love technology, but I think we can go a little too far with it sometimes. So anyway, all that to say, we bought the iPad 2 off my son to get it for my daughter. So I hope she doesn't see this video. I don't think she will. So really excited about that. So I know she's going to really love it. And we have the box and everything from, you know, our son and all the things. We got her some new headphones and stuff to go with it, just to kind of, you know, it's in perfect condition, but I know she's absolutely going to love that. Okay, so back to the card. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to do the liquid applique and heat that first, so that when I put the stickles on, because stickles doesn't heat really well at all with the heat tool. So to avoid this getting the heat on it, I'm going to go ahead and do the liquid applique, and then the very last step will be the stickles. So let me go ahead and do that. It's going to take a few minutes, but really you just scribble it on like you're gluing. That's what it looks like to me. And mine's, I mean, I've had this for a couple years, so I'm not sure if it's supposed to have an ivory or yellowy look to it, but mine does. But you just kind of, it works perfectly, so I really don't see any need to replace it. And it's not like you use a whole lot of it, and a lot comes in the tube, so I really only use it around this time of year. Or if I'm making like a birthday cake or something, this works really nice for frosting. Seems like I've used it for something else too, but I cannot think of it right now. I hope I don't get my arm in this. I mean, like I said, I love technology too, but you know, I really miss my kids having the opportunity to grow up like I did. We played outside all day. I mean, I lived in the country, and there were creeks. Oh, I almost put that on her ear. And, you know, just different things to do, just running around outside, riding bikes. And it just seems like the more technology that we get, the less that kids are outside. And I think they miss out on that. I mean, some of my happiest childhood memories is playing outside in the summer, especially with my neighborhood, you know, best friends. And we were just talking on Facebook, actually just even this morning, about that. You know, how fun our childhood was because we played outside. And I just think with this generation, it's going to be, you're going to miss that because you don't build memories playing on technology for the most part. So anyway, that's my soapbox about technology. I love it, but I think it's not the best. But it is what it is, right? We're not going to change it. I sound so old-fashioned, don't I? Alright, and I'm only going to put this on her hat. I'm not going to put it on her coat. Well, maybe I will. Let me see if I want to. No, I'm going to just leave it just like that. Okay, so let me go ahead and heat this. It will take just a second. You don't want to overheat it because it can burn. Okay, so let me give you a close-up look of that, and then I can brush off the, boy, I'm getting all kinds of text today. I can brush off the extra glitter on here. See that, how cute that is? And it just adds a little bit of dimension, but not too much. And then the very last step is just to go ahead and add the stickles, and then I just squeeze a little out and then go in circles. And I love this stuff. It just adds just such a nice detail. So stickles I usually give it a couple of hours to dry, and I don't need this till after school, and it's only lunchtime right now. So, you know, it gives it time to dry. But because I wanted to add this before this, I guess it wouldn't have mattered because I wouldn't have heated it, but I just like to, I don't know, I guess the gratification of seeing that stuff pop up right away is fun. Okay, so there she is, little cute Hello Kitty. And I'm just going to stamp a little sentiment on the inside, and that's it. So I hope that you enjoyed making this card with me or watching me make this card. And if you have any questions, let me know. Thanks so much for watching. Bye-bye.